Are you ready for some fall journaling ideas and inspiration? Hello there, I'm Hillary of Creative Faith & Co., and I'm so excited to be sharing this 30-day autumn journal with you. And I'm going to be sharing the 3 different versions that I've created, as well as some ideas on how to use them. So I've been really inspired lately to write just for the sake and joy of writing. Sometimes with creative faith, I get so sucked into writing to produce and create, but I really miss just writing for fun. And I actually studied to be an English teacher, if you didn't know that. And I did my student teaching and I taught in another country for a few years. And so I love encouraging students to write and just enjoy writing for fun. And I thought, I need to bring that back to my own life and work on just enjoying writing for writing's sake for me as well. So that's where this autumn journal was born. So I first made this physical version that you can get on Amazon, and I'll show you what it looks like inside. Then I made a digital version that you can get in my Etsy store, and this you use with an iPad and with an app like GoodNotes. And then lastly, there's also a printable version. So if you want to print it and use this to either DIY your own journal or use these prompts in an existing journal that maybe you already have, the printable version is a really great option. So I wanted to give those different ways that you could work through and use this autumn journal. So I'll start with the physical version. It has a little line underneath the cover here, and I thought you could write the date or write your name. And I will see if I can find it. I'll share, these are my favorite pens, these Shuttle Art permanent markers. And this is my journal that I've been using, and so I'm going to write here 2025. And you could also use stickers if you wanted to as well to add the year to the cover. But you do have to use like a permanent marker if you're going to use a marker, because the covers are slick. So anyways, that you can add the year or add your name. And then the inside has the little title and a little introduction. And then it has a start date and a finish date. Then there's a spot for setting intentions before you begin. And so it has how I'm feeling about my life right now, why I'm committing to this 30-day journal and creative writing practice, and 3 things I would like to see happen in the next 30 days. Another kind of reason and purpose why I made this is I was thinking this would be also a really great tool if you are a homeschool mom, because it is great writing practice for your kids. My husband, English is not his native language, and he recently told me that he wanted to work on improving his English skills. And so I also thought this would be really good for him to work on and work through as well, that he could work on the prompts each evening. And I know that through reading and writing, your English skills really improve. So I was also kind of thinking about those 2 reasons behind making this as well. Then there's a tracker, so you can see I've been working through this for a few days now, and you can watch as your creative writing progress grows. So then each day has a spot for the date and then the day number. And you don't necessarily have to go in order if you don't want to. I have been. But each of the days have a different prompt on them. And then there are lined pages where you can reflect on that particular prompt. So an autumn craft or project I want to do or completed, how I can embrace rest and slowness this autumn, what I want to let go of this fall, a fall recipe I want to try or have tried. So a lot of different fall prompts. And so I have done this for the past few days, And I am not like decorating it or anything. I'm just using this for writing practice and just to get in the groove of writing for fun again. And then in the back of the journal, well, I guess kind of in the middle, at the end, there is a bonus little fun autumn acrostic poem. And I had a really sweet fall picnic day last week, and I filmed it all. I need to work on editing that and uploading it. But I worked on this outside for my fun fall picnic, and it was so much fun to do this little acrostic poem. And yeah, just fun to think about autumn and what it means to me. And then there's recording my reflections after I finished. And then I did add 30 additional journaling pages. And so these are just have the date and lined pages. And so I've been using these for journaling about what's been happening in my day. So again, it's a really awesome way to practice your writing and to just document what's happening. So that is what the physical journal looks like. And you could definitely add this to a traveler's notebook as well. So then I also made a version for GoodNotes. And in the GoodNotes, well, in this Etsy listing, there is two versions. So there's one with the prompts and one without the prompts. So instead of them being in the same journal like this, there's two different versions, but you get both. That's a bundle. And then there's also instructions with how to add it to your GoodNotes app or whatever app you like to use for digital journaling. So I'm not a digital journaling expert, but I do love to play around with it. And it's especially convenient if I am traveling, going out of town, going on a long road trip to take this with me. And so the cool thing about the GoodNotes app is it is hyperlinked. And so it jumps, oops, you just have to touch it in the right spot. It jumps to the different days. And these little tabs are hyperlinked too. So how fun is that? And so it has this cute little cover page with it, like it's sitting on your desk with your Creative Faith pen. And then these, even on the front, are actually hyperlinked too. And then all the days are hyperlinked. And it has the same start date, end date, the same intentions page, and the same reflection page. Here's the back cover. So, oops, you really have to be precise with where you touch it. Like if we're going to go to the first one, and the other thing too is you want to make sure you have the right little button selected. So you can see this has the pen with the line through it. And when that button's selected, you can jump around to all the different hyperlinked sections. But when you select the pen, you won't be able to do the hyperlink stuff. So just a little FYI there. If you're like, it's not working, make sure you have the right little button checked. But then you can just journal and write during this season. So again, there's a journal with prompts, and then there's also the same journal, but it doesn't have any prompts on it. So it looks the same. All right, so those are the two different digital options. Well, it's a bundle, so you get both of them, but you get two little journal options in that bundle. So then lastly, let's talk about the printable version. And I'll have all three of these linked in the description box below. So the physical one is available on Amazon, and that is an Amazon affiliate link, which means I get a small commission if you use that link to make a purchase. And then the printable and digital versions are available on my Etsy shop. So the printable version has a cover page And I'm going to show you kind of how I would set this up if I was using the printable version. Then it has these today's date circles. It also has the day 1, day 2, day 3, etc. And it has the tracker. It has your little title that you can cut out and add to the front. And then it has all the prompts as well too. So you can cut these out and glue them into your journal. So there's kind of two ways with the printable version that you could use it. So you could add it to an existing journal you already have. So you could cut out the tracker and glue it in the front of your journal. And then you'd cut out each of these prompts and add it to the top, as well as the today's date and the day 1, day 2, day 3. So you would cut out all those elements and then add them to the top of your page, and you'd have a spot to journal. So I just pulled a couple of my Traveler's Notebook Creative Faith journals that don't have anything on the inside. And of course you could also use like a composition notebook or things like that. But I of course wanted to show some Creative Faith journals. Another idea is to use a happy planner. So you could use the happy planner disc punch and punch your cover, and either use existing pages, like this is for a mini happy planner, or you could even punch your own plain pages and create your own journal using the happy planner system with the discs and the punch. So this is an old fall junk journal that I made. And so, yeah, we have that there. And so that is another idea and suggestion would be to use the Happy Planner punch to punch your pages, or use existing Happy Planner lined pages or dot grid pages and punch the cover and put together a notebook that way. And then the last way I'm going to show you how you can assemble this is to make your own journal. So you have the cover here, and you're going to fold it in half. I printed the cover on cardstock to make it a little bit thicker. And then you'd want to like count out how many pages if you wanted to do all 30 in here. I just grabbed like a handful. And I'm just going to fold these in half. So you could do half page journaling or full page. That's how many did I do? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So you'd have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. So that did 26 pages. Let's just see. If I add a couple more, this would probably get me enough to do 30 journaling pages. And I could tell you exactly how many you would need. All right, so if you grab 9 pages of white paper, that will be enough to do the 30 days of prompts, plus a couple extra pages for like adding the tracker and stuff. So then this is a long-armed stapler, and so I just put the pages in the middle, and oops, oh, that is not set right. Oh, yikes. That's unfortunate. But that's okay. Done is, oh gosh, that's even worse. Well, wonder why. Oh, I went the wrong way. See if I can get this one. Well, not perfect, but done is better than perfect. So there's our little DIY journal. And so then I can cut out the title. And if you wanted to make this traveler's notebook size, you could trim it down, but I just don't really want to do that for, for this video. But I'm going to cut out the title and add that to the front. This would be definitely easier if you used sticker paper. But look how cute that is. You have your own little DIY notebook. I'm just using my tape runner because I just printed everything on regular paper. So there we go, my 30-day autumn journal. And then on the inside cover, I'll add the tracker. And add this to the front, and you can totally decorate the pages if you wanted to, or just leave them simply for journaling. And I just used white paper, but you could also use lined paper or add lines to it if you wanted, or use dot grid paper or graph paper too, if you wanted to make sure you were writing straight. There's our tracker. And then the prompts actually start on this first page. They start here and go down like that, and then end on this page. So I'm just going to cut out 2 of them so you kind of see how I would set up the pages. And you could also print these on different colored paper if you wanted to. That would be kind of cool. And I'm going to cut out 2 of these and 2 of these. So it's kind of a fun way to make a mess and be creative. And I thought this little guy you could use as like a little tab maybe if you wanted. So we'll set that aside. And cut out the days. And you can arrange it really however you want. I'll probably arrange it similar to how I have the actual journal. And I'll cut out these. And of course, if you're like, I don't really want a little date circle, you don't have to use this. Or if you want to handwrite the day 1, day 2, day 3, or not even use the day 1, day 2, day 3. I just wanted to give you guys in the printable version the same elements. And the awesome part about printables too is that you can use them each year for personal use. So yeah, I'll start with the actual day. I'll put that at the top in the middle. And I'll add a little circle here with today's date. Oops. All right, and then do the prompt. And there you have it. So then I'll just do the same thing. Add the day. And now if I was actually doing this for me, I would probably take my time better and make it look a little nicer. But this is just to kind of give you guys an idea of how you could do it and walk through the printable one. So there you go. that is how you could use the printable one to make your own cute little autumn journal. So I'm so excited for these autumn journals. I hope they are a really great tool for you to use in your creative writing this autumn. I'd encourage you to take time to just write for fun, because it is a really great way to de-stress. It's a really great way to pause and cozy up on those cool autumn evenings and just write and be creative for fun, not worrying about spelling, not worrying about perfection, but just enjoying yourself. Like, what was I doing here? I have a big scribble out mark. And that is totally okay. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you are watching up to now, I want you to leave a leaf emoji in the comments below. So I know you watched all the way to the end. I really appreciate it when you watch to the end. And so leave those leaf emojis down below. And be sure to check out the physical version on Amazon and the printable and digital versions in the Creative Faith Etsy shop. Be sure to give this video a big thumbs up. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button down below and the bell notification so you don't miss out on any upcoming Creative Faith videos. And I'll see you next time. Bye, friend!